Hey everybody, welcome back to the Movie Pod YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by the amazing guest once again on the channel, the YouTuber CT5597. How you doing on this Sunday night, mate?
That was a nice little intro, mate. Amazing. No, very good, man. Very good.
That's
How
good.
you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad.
Lovely.
Ahsoka obviously finished this
Yeah.
week, and there is a lot to talk about. So much went down. I'm just gonna say straight off the bat, I love the show. I'm
Yeah.
hoping you loved it, yeah?
100%, man. Yeah.
100%,
No,
yeah.
I've got it. I've probably got it just edging out Mandalorian
Yeah, I've
for
been
number
thinking
one
about
spot
that.
for me.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
Yeah.
Either Mandalorian season 2 is in that number one spot, or Ahsoka. I can't decide. I need to rewatch all of Ahsoka like back to back, binge it, and
Yeah.
then
I've
same with
probably.
Mandalorian
Yeah.
season 2.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
saw a tweet the other day about someone saying the Mandalorian season 2 had so many massive events happen in it which make us
Yeah.
love it. And
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. Bulba's return, Ahsoka in live action, and then
Yeah.
Luke freaking
And then
Skywalker
obviously
at the
Luke
end.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of those kind of moments in Mandalorian season 2 that make us
Yeah.
overall love it. But I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch Ahsoka, and then I'll hopefully be able to make my decision on that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Ahsoka was amazing.
Yeah. I'd probably need to watch Mando season 2 again because that was
Mm.
like obviously the best season. But yeah, just off the general feel and what I can remember, Ahsoka clears but
Yeah,
it definitely clears for
Fair
me.
enough. Yeah, Ahsoka was crazy. A lot of the stuff, I did not expect to get what we got from the Ahsoka series. Like, I did not think of any of what we got that's what we would get, if that
I
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah.
My theories for it were way off. I thought it would be a complete different show, but it
Yeah.
definitely exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. No, it was unreal because remember when the Kenobi series came out, we were sort of thinking, we could get some Clone Wars flashbacks there, but obviously it didn't happen.
That was a massive
So
miss, I think.
obviously, yeah, like we wanted it in this series, but it was probably like,
Yeah.
at least I thought wanting it was a bit of like wishful thinking kind of
Yep.
thing. But then we actually got it. I was like,
Yep.
oh my god, oh
Dave
my
Filoni
god.
comes in clutch. If it's someone to do it, it is Dave Filoni.
Yeah, nah, he's the goat. Give him the keys.
Give him the keys to the franchise.
Give him the keys.
Give him a writing spot on every single Star Wars project.
100%.
Please.
100%. Because even like when he's writing stuff, he's still consulting George about it all.
Yeah, exactly.
He said in interviews, so
Yep.
you know what he's writing is
What George
in line with George's
yeah,
vision, and
exactly.
it's Star Wars. It feels like Star Wars, and yeah,
Exactly.
it was awesome to see. Like when I saw Anakin, I don't know if you saw my reaction I posted when Anakin first popped up at the end of episode 4.
Yeah, I did see that.
But that was
I had
I
the
lost
same
my mind.
reaction. Me too,
Yeah.
man. It was
I lost my
crazy.
mind.
You know,
I didn't think we'd get that.
nah,
but
especially
I-
episode 4.
Yeah, because when they released that Master and Apprentice special, like that 10-minute special,
Yep.
that was originally going to be after episode 5. And all the rumors that were saying episode 5 was going to be when we see Anakin and all that.
Right, yeah, the big one, yeah.
But then there was a little tweet that it went. I saw it, but then I didn't really think much of it at the time. That morning, just before Ahsoka came out, that special got brought forward to the Friday after episode 4. I didn't really think much of it at the time.
No, I wouldn't have either, but
I was half
Yeah.
asleep when I saw the tweet notification, so I didn't really think much of it at the time. But then obviously Anakin popped up at the end. I was like, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
yeah.
But
That was-
oh,
episode 4 was a great episode, one of my favorite episodes from the
Yeah,
series as a
that
whole.
was unreal.
And then we get to the end, Ahsoka's in the world between worlds. I'm like, okay, what the hell? This took a whole another level. It stepped
I
up.
know.
Like, it was such a great episode. And then we're in the world between worlds. We hear
Yeah.
snips,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was like,
Ahsoka
no,
turns around.
don't
and,
do it.
And there's Anakin, and they de-aged him. Did a lot.
They did
They did
very
a better
good.
job than
They did very
Obi-Wan
well.
Kenobi.
Yeah,
And when you put Ahsoka and the Obi-Wan Kenobi show side by side, it really shows you how much they really care. Like, Obi-Wan
Yeah.
was a cash grab. I feel like it was for Disney. Ewan and Hayden gave it their all. Their
Yeah.
performances were definitely the best thing about that show.
100.
But
yeah,
Ahsoka, the performances, the visual effects, the writing, the direction,
Yeah,
the actual storytelling of Ahsoka
Yeah.
was just peak Star Wars. And
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
it
wait to
was-
see what's going to happen next.
it was
Give me a
it was
season 2
unreal.
right now. This show took
Yeah, it's-
forever to get here, and now it's
I
gone.
know.
It's over. It took
I know.
forever to get here. It's done.
It goes like that. I knew because that was like same as Kenobi. Like I'd been waiting
Yeah.
years for that, and
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
went. It goes so quick.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, they say time flies when you're having fun. So
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's crazy. Those 7 weeks
I know.
insanely quick. And
Yeah.
I don't know when the next thing we're gonna get from Dave will be, like, in this, like, Mandoverse, Filoniverse.
Well, Skeleton Crew's a part of it now, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently it's part of the Filoniverse, and that's
Yeah.
looking to
I don't know
air.
what involvement is in it.
Yeah,
But
apparently
it
a
has some.
description was released just
Saw
the other
that, yeah.
day about this show. I posted it on my Instagram at the movie
Yeah.
pod, linked in the description, little plug there. So basically it's eyeing. Now I don't know how, like, you know, Disney's dates when they, like, put it in the press always change.
It
But
always
currently
changes,
it's
yeah.
January 2024.
Yeah, I did
And
say
the
that. Yeah.
description is 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. Finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. Are they in the Peridia galaxy?
Yeah,
That's
well,
my big question.
Yeah, so they could be. Yeah.
So I
that
think that's how it will connect.
Yeah.
Is them
Yeah,
being in
so
this new
that-
galaxy.
Yeah, so I'm wondering maybe that could be whether they're in another planet on, like, in that galaxy with Peridia, and they've got lost in our galaxy, or vice versa, they're from our galaxy and been lost in the galaxy with Peridia. So maybe either way they could link up with Ahsoka there.
Yeah.
As long as they don't do, like, something big with it, like they get Ahsoka home in that series. Like,
Yeah,
they don't do that, like
they
did
gotta
with-
stop doing that. They gotta
like
stop
they do
doing
with Grogu going back
Grogu
to
and Book of Boba,
Mando
they
and Boba.
cannot
Yeah,
do that.
as long as they don't do something like that, but it could maybe set the foundations, and then we go back to Ahsoka season 2, and that's where it happens, or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it is very interesting. And did
It
Jude
is.
Law? I swear I remember reading. Did Jude Law say his character has a lightsaber?
His
I
character
swear
is
I rem-
his character, I think it was confirmed by, like, the Star Wars data bank or something. And
Okay.
Jude Law did say he is a Jedi, or was a
Yeah.
Jedi. So it's
Okay.
another Jedi. That has
Another
survived
Jedi
Order
that's
66.
probably Survival Order 66. Yeah. I don't mind there being a couple. It's just obviously they're a
Yeah.
lot more documented now.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
You know, there was tens of thousands of Jedi. If, say, 1%,
Yeah.
say there was, like 100,000 Jedi, which is probably more, and 1%
What did Kanan say? It was about 10,000.
10,000, and then, yeah.
So even if there's only 1%, there's 100 left, which is
Exactly.
fine.
And we haven't
If you wipe
seen
out
100.
and because
Yeah.
they're all spread across the galaxy, if you wipe out 99%, that's insane.
Yeah.
Palpatine did not care about the rest of them.
No, exactly.
That's why he just flicked them off to the Inquisitors.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Dave's a producer, or executive producer in Skeleton Crew, so
Awesome.
that
Awesome.
probably is the next thing we get. And
Yeah, and then
Josh-
probably meant
Josh from the Den of Nerds
Yeah.
has said he hasn't heard the best things about this show, and he's worried it's
Okay.
gonna, if it connects to everything, like everything else in the Filoniverse, he's really
Yeah.
worried it's gonna stuff something up. But
okay.
I've been pretty hard for Skeleton Crew since it was announced, like, last year at Celebration.
Yep.
Just because it's part of this era in Star
Yeah,
Wars
yeah.
Filoniverse. But we'll have to wait and see. I think, I don't know. We literally don't really know much about it. So
We don't know. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
mysterious because it was
it is.
It was originally meant to come out end of this year, but then
It will-
obviously
yeah.
strikes and that held it up.
yeah,
But after that, it's meant to be the Acolyte, I believe.
the Acolyte. Yep.
Did you see that leaked trailer going around?
I saw the trailer.
Unreal. How's
It-
that scene
it
with
was-
like just 12 Jedi just light their
Lighting-
lightsabers?
Their
up?
lightsabers. That was cool. But again, I'm worried for that show just because of Leslie Headland. But hey, maybe she just said a bit of stuff that doesn't align with how she actually made the show, and maybe it's amazing. Set
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the Phantom Menace. First thing we're getting
Yeah.
set before the Phantom
100
Menace.
years? 100 years before?
100 years
was it?
about that.
Yeah.
Plagueis is alive. If they don't include Plagueis somehow, if they don't hint at him at least, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very frustrated. Very, very
Yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah, yeah.
What I've always
when all
said
those-
for the Acolyte is we get season 1, right? We get season 1. Then at the end of season 1, we get like a little Plagueis tease setting up season 2. We get season
That'd be
2, all about Plagueis, his adventures, his backstory, whatnot, Plagueis, flashbacks, whatever. Plagueis. And then, end of season 2, Palpatine is born. And then
I like
season 3, we see Plagueis get Palpatine. And then, end of season 3, I don't know, Maul's born. And then it just like leads right into the Phantom Menace. That's always been my
Hey.
dream for the Acolyte, but
Hey, something like that would be
it
insane.
would. But I want a movie for that. I want Palpatine's, backstory and Plagueis on
Yeah.
big screen. But Who knows what's
Yeah.
happening with Star Wars movies?
That would be insane, dude. That would be unreal. That's probably one of my top projects I've always wanted to see is like Palpatine and Plagueis
Yeah.
leading up to the Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's those two, and then man, I put a post out today about what's next for the Filoni-verse.
Mando season 4.
So Mando season 4, Ahsoka season 2 is a like 50-50 right now. Lucasfilm don't know. It did. What I've heard, Ahsoka did do pretty good numbers, and I don't know why they wouldn't make Ahsoka
surely
season
that's
2.
been the most profitable thing for him.
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
to have been the best thing.
It
for him.
was, then I can't wait to see the numbers for episode 5. Nelson released like the most accurate numbers, and they're like a month behind.
Okay.
So I think in like 2 or 3 weeks, we will get the numbers for episode 5. I'm very intrigued to see that because that's obviously Anakin's big episode.
I don't even know how to. My waiting for that episode to come out, episode 5, that was the most hyped I've been for Star Wars in a long time. I felt like a kid on Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Me too. And
I was always shaking. Just wait, like I was just refreshing, waiting for the episode because I didn't like. You sort of knew what we were gonna get, but you didn't know
you
exactly what it was gonna be at the same time. But
yeah,
you're building up all these expectations, and it was unreal. It was unreal.
Well, I was at every Wednesday for us Aussies when the episode comes out. Was I watch it every Wednesday, right? Obviously. But when episode 5 came out, I was at school camp. The one biggest episode that I was most excited for comes out when I'm at school camp. And I'm like, oh my god. And I had my phone with me at camp, and I was like, I really wanted to watch it at camp, but I'm like, okay, I need to save myself. Because I wanted to record my reaction, right? Because I knew something crazy was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch it till like Thursday night, and that extra nearly 2 days waiting really freaking hurt. And it was so hard to not get spoiled. So hard.
Gotta stay off everything, hey.
YouTube, I had to delete everything. Even YouTube and even TikTok. TikTok's a big spoiler for me. TikTok and Twitter. Those two.
Yeah.
But hey, I got home on Thursday, watched it, blown away. It was great.
Yeah, it was unreal, hey.
It was.
No, see, Chimura was in it. Chimura's coming to Australia.
Yeah. Yes.
I think the main 2 questions I want to ask him off the top of my head when I get to meet him is, does he know anything about season 2 of Book of Boba?
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to happen? What the future of his character is?
Yep.
And has it been confirmed that he was in the Rex suit? Obviously, he did the voice. Has it been confirmed he was in the suit yet?
I don't think he was in the suit. No.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him anyway. I just want to know. But yeah, those are probably my top 2 questions for him at the moment. It'd be unreal. Because Katie Sackhoff cancelled because I think there's an illness at a family, child sick. And then so hopefully she's all good.
I really want to go to that. I've never been to like a Comic-Con, Supernova. I've never been to like an event like that.
Yeah,
and
dude, that's
this
so
one
cool.
being held in Brisbane and Adelaide.
Yeah.
I'm in Brisbane, and Tamura Morrison being there, I'm gonna go. I think
you have to. It'd be a super cool first to get like Star Wars actor to meet, I reckon.
Yeah.
I went to Oz Comic Con earlier this year when Emily Swallow was there.
Yeah.
Nicest person ever, man. Dude, cannot even.
I really want to go.
She is so nice, man.
Yeah. I think
so. She was. Yeah, she was so generous with her time. Made everyone feel like they had her own little special moment with her. She was awesome. She even brings a prop hammer with her that the armorer uses. So when you get photos on that, she has that with her and that. So yeah,
it's really good when actors do that. They make it like special.
Yeah, I think that's probably one thing Star Wars has always nailed. They always get these really good actors, like just genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
You never really hear any bad things about Star Wars actors.
No. They're all nice, and even the ones that maybe the fans didn't treat too well, the actors are always still nice to the fans, even if we
absolutely. That's what makes me so happy about Hayden and all that. He's finally getting the love he deserves.
I know. I'm really, really grateful. He finally sees the love. Because when he made the prequels, right, we've all grown up. The people that love them watch the prequels.
Yeah.
The movies the prequels were for, we've grown up, and we finally get to show him his love.
Yeah, we're finally old enough. We got a voice, and
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
glad
And
he's feeling it.
that the obviously last shot of Ahsoka season 1 was Anakin's
Oh,
Force Ghost. God, do I hope that is not the last time we see Hayden. A lot of people are saying it's the last. I don't think so. Surely he shows up.
People were
as like
people were saying that after Kenobi too. I don't think it will be.
I don't.
There's still stories to tell there.
Yeah,
Like
there was a rumor he was going to show up with Mark Hamill in the Rey movie as a Force Ghost.
Don't do that, dude. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
I to see Mark Hamill and Hayden in a scene together as Force Ghosts, that would be my all-time favorite scene. Like oh my god.
Yeah.
And the fact that it might happen in the Rey movie out of all movies.
That might be a redeeming quality for me if I get that scene.
Yeah.
Because that's like that alongside like the Ewan McGregor and like Vader fight in episode 6 of Kenobi. Those are like two of my absolute. That would be like two of my absolute favorite Star Wars scenes. That'd be unreal.
Yeah, man, me too.
That would be seriously unreal.
But I think Anakin has. I think there's a lot more they can do with Anakin.
There's a lot more stories there to tell.
I believe he's the father now.
Yeah, 100%. I think the brown robes speak to that.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars Theory said it too, and I was thinking the exact same thing when I saw it. I really did want to see him in the brown robes, but now that was purely just for the aesthetic and the look.
Yep.
But now thinking about it, after his redemption in Return of the Jedi, you see him in the white robes. That was, just after his redemption, pure light.
Yep. And now...
But now with the brown robes, it's the balance. And we see in episode 5, he's got the control.
Yeah.
Darkness, the lightness, it's all within him, but he's got the control over when to use it and things like that. So I think that's what that's representing. And because, like, when you see the statues, the daughter's not there, meaning, I'm assuming, obviously, lives within Ahsoka. Ahsoka's still alive.
Yep. Well, I watched Theory's video today. Now, I didn't notice this until I actually watched his video today. So, obviously, we see the father, we see the son on the right, and then on the left, there's, like a gap. But then, if you look a little bit more to the left, there's a body with no head.
Yeah.
So I didn't even notice that till today.
Oh, didn't you? Yeah, no, I did.
Didn't notice that.
I noticed that because I was looking. I was like, "Where's the daughter?" I was like, oh, "Okay." No,
but I believe Ahsoka's the daughter, Anakin's
100%.
the father, the son.
Yep.
That's the one that's in the air with everybody. Who's the son?
Yeah. Dude. Trying to think. Yeah.
It'd be
trying
cool
to think of people that are still alive because it wouldn't be Balin.
I don't think it would be Balin either. I just feel like he would.
He's not pure evil. It needs to be someone
that's pure evil.
Embodies
people
the
are saying,
dark side.
People are saying Luke, and I'm like, well, he's not evil. No, just because he's the son, right? Yeah. People are saying Maul.
See, I like that, but then
Maul,
I agree with the concept, but he's dead.
He's dead and I don't believe Maul to be pure evil. Maul just wasn't. Palpatine took him when he was a kid. He was just brought up in evilness and stuff like that. The son has to be someone who's pure evil.
That's interesting. No, actually, that's an interesting point. So you think Maul's not pure evil?
I don't think Maul's pure evil.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's a good example for this? How people when you're born, and your parents teach you morals and stuff, you grow up in those morals. So you just think that's the normal way of life. You think that's how you should do stuff. So I feel like that's the same with Maul. He was just not brought up right. He was just born into pure evilness, and I don't believe he is evil. He was just twisted. He was not in the right space. But that's my opinion, anyway.
Okay. I absolutely get what you're saying. So here's the way I look at it. So you know how Vader essentially, they did a lot of foreshadowing in the prequels with Dooku, Grievous, and Maul sort of all making up different qualities of Vader.
Yeah. Yep.
So the way I look at it, so obviously Grievous is the robotic side of it.
Robotic side.
Dooku's the fallen Jedi.
Yep.
Maul's the anger, the evil. That's how I've always seen it.
Right. Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I get that, but
yeah.
I feel like,
so that's sort of how I've always seen it. But I absolutely get what you're saying as well. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So for the son, I don't know who it could be. Could it be?
It's
Palpatine. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know who it could be. Star Killer would kind of make sense, but
I
then
get
again,
that. I
not-
just
they're
don't
never
know how I
introducing
feel about
them into
Star
canon.
Killer in canon.
they're never gonna do it.
Yeah.
Their one
Yeah,
time
it just
was with
it
Mirage.
wouldn't be him
Wouldn't
because they'd have to nerf him. It just
Yeah.
wouldn't be the Star Killer from
Yeah,
Force
the-
Unleashed. It'd be too different. It's not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a subtle change. It'd be too different. I think.
It'd basically be a new character, yeah.
Unless they can somehow literally, I don't even know if it's possible off the top of my head, but unless they can somehow revive the son from using the world between worlds or something, because that was the other theory as well. Because you see the father pointing.
Yeah, yeah.
Another time you see him pointing is on the when Ezra accesses the world between worlds on Lothal, like the father points.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying, like, I'm definitely on board with the Abeloth theory. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, me too.
And that's definitely what I'm thinking. But yeah, just that slight little bit, maybe it could be an access point to the world between worlds. Probably not. But yeah, no, I'm definitely on board with the Abeloth theory a lot more.
I don't know if you saw Theory's video today, but the mountain he's pointing at, and then it has like a little shine or something on it.
Yeah,
like a light.
very similar to what Anakin saw.
What Anakin saw, and so I don't know about this, but I believe maybe potentially could Peridea be Mortis? Could that be the planet Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Anakin got sucked into in that Clone Wars arc? I don't know, but is that like where the Mortis gods come from?
I think it's probably where they originated, but what I'm from going off the Abeloth theory, because I didn't even know Abeloth before this show, but I've done some reading in that, and I've obviously watched a lot of Josh's videos.
Yeah.
The story seems to be that she was arrested on this planet that they originated, and then the father took the son and daughter and went to Mortis, is, I believe, what the story is. So maybe this is the planet they originated on. And that
the shine could be where Abeloth is locked up.
Yeah, that's what I think, and it makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
So that's what I think.
Are they going to continue Balin's story now that Rey is no longer with us?
I think they have to. They have to, which sucks. They have to
see it. It's just
there's a couple recastings I could think of that would do a really good job.
They have to do that recast perfect. Like
there's
to embody Rey's performance from Ahsoka. Identical.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
that's what
two
made
I can
character so goddamn.
Dude, he was unreal.
Rey. Yeah,
he's such an imposing figure too.
Yeah.
But he was so soft at the same time, like soft and gentle.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think anyone could have played it that better. He was unreal.
Yeah.
But there's two. Gerard Butler is one of them, I think, that could do a decent job.
I've heard that.
And then there's another one. I wasn't familiar with him before. I believe he was in Wolverine. What was his name? Liv Schreiber, I believe was his name.
Right.
Gerard Butler's I think 3 centimeters shorter than Rey was.
Yep.
This Liv Schreiber is the exact same height.
Okay.
But yeah, that's up to. I just think where they left his story, they have to.
Yeah.
What do you think of Shin? What do you think Shin's gonna get up to?
Okay, I genuinely don't know what I feel like they definitely. I think they definitely cut some scenes in the finale.
They did change a little bit, yeah.
Shin and potentially Balin. I don't know about Shin. I don't know. She could, if she joins the light, if maybe she runs into Ahsoka and Sabine and they join all together, or she might, she's obviously at that mercenary camp or whatever.
Yeah.
Potentially, she just goes her own way, and I don't know. I genuinely don't have any theories that could happen with Shin. I'm completely lost with her character now. I don't know what they could do.
Yeah. I really expected her to turn to the light, and I think that still could be on the cards. But yeah, she's definitely gone sort of rogue, but teamed up with these nomads.
Yeah.
So maybe while Sabine and Ahsoka and Huyang are with the Noties, they might clash every now and then or something, maybe. But
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
it's It's gonna be interesting.
She's
to
obviously
see.
feeling, like a bit isolated, scared, lost, kind of thing. So she's sort of just not wanting to be alone at the moment because Balin, by the sounds of it, Balin's all she's really known. So now he's just abandoned her. She's probably joining what she knows next, which is the nomads.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly.
Uh,
So it's gonna be interesting to really see what they do next with Shin and Balin. I have a feeling they just won't do anything. I feel like they might leave it. Obviously, don't want them to, but it's very hard to tell. Never know.
Yeah, there's definitely stories there to tell.
There
I
are.
just find it hard to believe that they will leave it like that, especially
Yeah.
with Balin.
Yeah, because there's definitely
They
massive
have to do
stories.
something there. Yeah,
Something that could
Yeah.
change everything.
Yeah.
So no, I'm intrigued to see what will happen, but yet
Yeah.
I don't know what will happen.
So obviously, I suppose the obvious thing is the cargo that they've transported Dathomir's dead Night Sisters.
Oh, yeah. I think they're dead Night Sisters, potentially
Yeah.
some dead Night Brothers too.
Yep.
And they'll like revive them all.
Yeah,
and that will
that's
be Paul's
100%.
army,
Yeah.
I guess.
But what I'm thinking as well, did you see that little Easter egg? There were some runes behind Thrawn and the Great Mothers at one point. Someone translated them, and I can't remember the whole thing, but part of it spoke about Kujet, or I'm not sure actually, is it Kujet or Kujet? Kujet. And if you remember from Fallen Order, the Tomb of Kujet is where Cal Kestis goes and defeats Taron Malicos with Merrin.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is, what if the Great Mothers get there? Maybe they do go to the Tomb of Kujet. They can, because obviously he gets buried alive.
Mm-hmm.
What if they can, sense him there somewhere, bring him back, revive him?
Oh.
And it's just a little thing that popped in my head. But then also I thought later, because I've seen a lot of people saying, like Filoni has the potential here to sort of fulfill George Lucas's original sequel trilogy. Obviously not to the absolute letter, but sort of the general feel of it.
Bring him back more.
And well, the original plan was Maul with an apprentice called Talon.
Talon, yeah.
Taron is only one letter difference. But that was just something I thought of last night when I was finishing off my breakdown. I was like, Tomb of Kujet on Dathomir. What if they, go there and
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And
just something I thought of, yeah.
That the first first episode of Ahsoka kind of had a Jedi Fallen Order vibe to it, like with the
100%.
temples and stuff.
100%. Even when we first saw Peridia as Morgan and all that were landing, those statues and that reminded me a lot of the Zepho.
Yep. Yeah.
And the Tomb of Kujet, I think, was like a Zepho that'd gone to the dark side.
Yep.
So there's a few links there, I think.
Yeah, and Merrin, Merrin as well could, if she's on Dathomir right now, or wherever with Cal, maybe if Cal is still alive.
The thing. Yeah, it all depends on this, because I think Cameron said the other day that the third game was just beginning, so probably release around 27, which would make sense because first one came out 2019, second one this year, so it's about a 4-year gap between.
That's crazy. 2027 for the next game. I'll be 20.
Dude, oh my god.
That's crazy.
It sounds like a long time, and I remember
like a long time, eh?
But I can remember when
really
Fallen Order came out, and time goes like that.
That's scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll be like 3 years out of high school. What the hell? I don't like that. That's crazy. The next time I could play as Cal Kestis, I'll be.
It's insane, yeah.
Okay, but no, that's an interesting theory you got there. I definitely see it.
There's a little bit of substance there, but yeah, it just popped up in my head when I thought of Kujet, and I was like, oh,
that's cool.
Could happen maybe, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Merrin being a Night Sister, I feel like I feel like she'll somehow.
I hope so.
In this and try to maybe.
I hope so.
Stop or fight her Night Sister.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
good Night Sister battling
Yeah,
against an
exactly.
army of them under
Yeah.
Thrawn. That'd be kind of that'd be a cool little storyline there, I think.
Yep.
But then obviously there'd be some conflict within her too.
Yep.
But also she can bring back dead ones herself. So because remember what in Fallen Order she'd like crack them out of those like pod type things in hanging off trees or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there might still be some in that form there. So yeah, maybe she could spawn her own army or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's so many different storylines.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Thrawn's army that he's building up, go against.
Yeah.
Well, the New Republic don't have a military, so that's where I think the Mandalorians will come in. I feel like, Dave's big movie, Endgame battle. Endgame style movie.
That's 100% what I'm visualizing too. Yeah.
But I feel like they have to do obviously Mandalorian season 4, which is apparently ready to start shooting once the strike's over, and then I feel like they have to do Ahsoka season 2. I don't feel like they can go into the movie right now, and I hope
100%,
Disney don't
100%.
push Dave to like do his movie ASAP.
No,
I really hope they let him develop the story first and then do the movie when they're up to it in the storyline. Because if they went into the movie now, Ahsoka on pretty they can't do it yet.
No, they need it. I think they need to set it up with. They need to establish Thrawn in this new galaxy. What he's up to.
Yeah.
And then the movie can come. But we need to see the other characters. Learn of Thrawn's return.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said with the like you said with the Avengers Endgame thing. Like imagine Mando, Boba, Bo-Katan, Grogu, see what he gets up to, what he can do. But then, I just want to see that little storyline of Luke, realizing Boba Fett's alive again, or alive still.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool little one. But that Avengers Endgame sort of fight is 100% what I'm visualizing. I was speaking to someone else about it the other day.
I can't wait to see, because anything could really happen now. Ahsoka potentially might not come back to the main galaxy. They could sideline her to get her past the sequel trilogy, and then I don't know, go back to her. But the sequel's still 20 years away, 25 years away or something. So I don't think she can be there for that long.
In about 20 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when he did say because obviously you hear a voice calling out to Rey, and everyone just assumes everyone's dead. He did say, maybe she's just somewhere else. So maybe
exactly.
Maybe she. I really hope she does come back for that duel, but maybe she does go back to this other galaxy and does stuff there.
I mean, they could sideline her like that, and then the Jedi that we have as the main force in the main galaxy is Ezra and Luke, and then seeing Luke and Ezra fight together.
That'd be unreal. That'd be
really,
so
really
cool.
Talking to Ezra, Aman Fandi was the perfect casting. They could not have casted someone better for Ezra. Aman Fandi is. I love that guy so much.
He's unreal, man. It's almost like they made animated Ezra around him. He nailed it.
He nailed it. He was. Him and Ray Stevenson's performances were my favorite performances from the show.
Yeah. That's
And Hayden.
That's very cool.
They're my top 3.
Oh, obviously.
Hayden, he's just seeing him, prequel era, Clone Wars era.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wow.
He did a really.
Good.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. He really took on Matt Lander's Anakin in that one, made it his own. He nailed it. There was so many good performances.
Yeah.
I think I saw someone put that on Twitter the other day. You really can't say a bad thing about anyone's performance. Obviously, some stood out more than others, but even Senator Ziono, for example, small role, but he did what the directors would have wanted him to. We hated him.
Yeah, exactly. That guy was. He's
dude.
Shit.
Hate him. Absolutely hate him.
He's the type of guy that would, wish for the downfall of the New Republic and the rise of a new empire.
Well, it's a good little insight, I suppose, into maybe most of the New Republic's mindset.
Yeah.
And how Snoke and Kylo Ren were allowed to, rise and create the First Order, I suppose.
That's another thing.
Because they were so arrogant, they didn't want to know about it, that they refused to believe that it was even possible.
You know,
And
just
like they think, yeah,
New Republic didn't like the New Republic Senate didn't believe Thrawn was a threat and would be able to come back, and look at that, now he's
Yeah.
back, and they yeah.
It's gonna be very. I want to see that like sort of bit of their reaction
Yeah.
to finding out, you know, Thrawn's back. I wonder how everyone will find. Oh, I suppose Ezra knows, so he should be telling everyone. But...
Yeah. When when Thrawn finds out that there's a Skywalker, and that Skywalker was the one that took down Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Dude.
Thrawn's gonna be like, okay, back to prettier, I guess.
Dude, yeah, no, that's unreal. As I saw that Retine's holocron, he's like, you know, the Empire was right to be fearful of Luke, because, you know, their knowledge of Luke is he walked into a room with the Emperor and Vader, and he was the only one that walked out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know, I suppose Moff Gideon's reaction when he sees him sort of speaks that, like, he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
That's his reaction. I'd rather kill myself than see Luke, which is terrifying. Like that's sort of the reaction that, like, remember the Grand Inquisitor? He just killed himself because he didn't want to answer to Vader.
Face Vader. So
Skywalkers are scary, dude.
Skywalkers are scary. So that's gonna be really, really cool and interesting to see when Thrawn finds
It's gonna be
out.
an awesome reaction, man. But yeah, then I suppose that opens the question of what are they going to do? They're going to, because we have to see Luke at some stage. There's no way we don't.
He has to be an important part of the story. He has to.
So what is going to happen there? Because Mark Hamill, like, at one point did say, like, he's sort of done, but also more so because he doesn't believe there's any more stories there to tell. But obviously we've got one now.
I do not want a recast. I like the deep fake.
I do too, man. I do too.
Yeah, you know, pressed by that. It just, if they recast a character, that's not their character. You know.
I know, and I'm thinking of.
It's hard to explain, but
I get what you mean,
Luke
man.
Luke looks like Mark Hamill. He doesn't look like another actor.
I get what you mean, man.
Like that, Mark Hamill's face is Luke Skywalker's face, not some other guy.
It's so, like, if people want to talk,
if I see someone else playing Luke in this era, I will see that guy and I'm like, that's not Luke.
Yeah.
Is this new guy? That's not Luke.
People might say, you know, like, what about Obi-Wan's recasting? But that was from a younger time. Like, that's okay. That's good.
That was, like,
but you can't recast someone from an era we've already seen them. Exactly. Like, and that's just, Like they obviously gave us a young Luke. Yeah. Fine with that. That's fine, because we haven't seen Mark Hamill as a 10-year-old kid as Luke.
Exactly. I feel like that's totally, like, different, because it's
absolutely
decades before, you know, the era we're in right now. But we saw Luke in the Book of Boba Fett. He looks like Mark Hamill's face, right?
That was good. And it's only only would have improved since then, if
literally
anything.
Just going to keep improving every year. The deepfake will improve from 2020 when we got Luke and Mandalorian to then just a year later in the Book of Boba Fett.
Even what was Rogue One?
Amazing.
Was that 2016?
2016. Yeah.
We got Leia. She looked. I was fine with Leia.
A lot of people don't like, you know, deep faking for, like, actors that have passed away.
Yeah.
And I see that, like, Balin, like, for Balin, for example, there's no reason to deepfake Balin. If they can, cast someone like Gerald
That's someone
Butler,
you could definitely recast.
I think Gerald Butler would be, like, the perfect casting for a new Balin.
Yeah.
You know, just dye his beard and hair white, grey. Sure, there's our new Balin.
Have a look at that Leaf Tree, because my friend mentioned him to me, so I looked him up. He would be really good too. So there's two options there. I think this Leaf dude looks a bit more similar to Balin in terms of, like, the face.
Yep.
But yeah.
Wait, what's his name?
Lee, spelled Liev, and it's not a very common name, so hopefully Shreeber just comes up for you suggested.
Yeah, I got him. Oh, yeah. That guy,
yeah.
I can see him playing Balin. Yeah, Gerald Butler will leave Shleaver. That would be his name. Yeah, I can see that.
I just think, if you can just, sort of change, like, give him the facial hair, I think it'd probably be not too bad.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah. And with
they got two options there,
Han Solo, you know, they did his deep fake for Dial of Destiny, Harrison Ford, younger version.
Yep.
Just do that again. That's which, you know, you don't have to necessarily get Harrison to play the body. No. Obviously Harrison doesn't really want to do Star Wars. Um, but no, yeah. And then there's obviously, they're the three main: Leia, Luke, and Han. There were rumors that they would get
Lando into it, but
there were rumors they would get the guy who played Han Solo in the Solo movie. What's his name?
Alden Ehrenreich.
Richards, whatever. Yeah, Eldon. To at least play him in this era.
I really
like hard for me to accept it.
It's just because we've seen them in this era already. If it's them younger, like at a time we haven't seen them yet, then I'm obviously fine with that.
Like going back to that one, Ewan McGregor playing a younger version of Obi-Wan, obviously, of Alec Guinness. Again, Ewan McGregor was probably the best person they picked. As he's getting closer to the age Ewan McGregor was when he played Obi-Wan in A New Hope, Ewan McGregor is starting to look like Alec Guinness himself.
He's got the same facial shape. No, it was a very good casting.
Yeah, it was. And, Obi-Wan was playing like a 20, 30-year-old younger version of him. So I hate when people bring up that argument. We literally just saw Luke. So, I just can't... it's really hard for me to accept a recast of these characters.
They've got some decisions to make. I definitely lean towards a recast if it can get signed off and everyone's okay with it. I think if they were to do a Leia, I think I'd really like to see them do it with her daughter, like they did in Rise of Skywalker. I think that's probably the best way, if she'd be on board with it. I think that's probably the best way to go with that one. Because they did. I think Leia looked good in that.
Yeah, she did in those flashbacks in Rise. It's going to be interesting to see how all the events that are currently, going on will connect to sequels. Because in the sequels, we don't hear of any one of these characters. We don't hear of Thrawn. We don't hear anything about, Night System magic.
No.
We don't hear anything about this new galaxy.
I know.
The sequels seem to just freaking stuff up everything. I bet Dave has a lot of restrictions because of the sequels. Unless they're just going to let 100%. him, go free. Or if he's going to try to explain the sequels. I don't know.
100%. Well, it was like even when Ezra was like catching up with Sabine about what had happened. And was
dead.
The Emperor's dead. Say. So they say.
That's what they say.
Damn it, dude. Damn it.
Like, again, where's Ezra? Rey is the last Jedi, apparently, in this era. There's no...
so what happens to them all,
What happens to everyone? What?
I know. Maybe after a while, they do all go to Peridia, and they start up their own order or something there.
Yeah.
With Ahsoka, Ezra, Jason... And maybe Ahsoka did call to Rey from there. I don't know, but that makes sense.
Because Ahsoka called to Sabine through the Force.
Yeah.
So we can see she has that power.
What did you think of that? Because obviously that was before we saw Sabine use the Force fully.
Yes.
What did you think? What did you think of?
Okay, when I first, my first initial reaction when I was recording my reaction, I was like, "Oh, they did it! Oh, they did it! Sabine uses the Force." I wasn't too enthusiastic about it, but
that's just when Ahsoka called out to her, or
when she actually first used it.
When she did use it.
But when Ahsoka called out to her, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. It was just when she actually used it, and showcasing, okay, now she has the Force. I was like, God damn it! But I processed it, and it makes sense. They were leading from it.
I think
knew it was coming.
Yeah.
They state many times everyone has the Force.
Yep.
The Force resides in everything, every living thing. Some can just connect with it better. And you need determination, you need focus. Like when Sabine Force pushes Ezra when he does that jump, which, by the way, was one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars to date. The Force theme in the back, it reminded me of...
The Force theme made it. The Force theme was really cool.
Yeah. And then
it's always good when you hear that.
Kanan and Ezra did that in Rebels. Like, they would force push to jump to far places. Sabine's main goal for like the past 10 years is to bring Ezra home, and this was her moment. So I feel like her using the Force push then really made sense, because she was determined to get Ezra home. That was her main goal for the last 10 years. So she had full focus then. And I'm okay with her using the Force, I guess. But a lot of people were a bit pressed about it.
100%.
People calling her another Rey Doesn't
Nope.
make sense. We
No,
literally
does
saw
not
her.
make sense.
We know she's had training. And we've
Sabine's
literally
had
seen her
training
had
from
training.
3 people strong with the
Exactly.
Force over a long period of time.
And Rey just had 1 day of training with Luke. He hated her, and then hey, Rey gets to take the Skywalker name.
Ahsoka's more of a Skywalker than Rey ever will be.
She is, dude. Do you think they're gonna call Rey Skywalker in their movie?
Dude, I really hope not. I really hope
It
not.
irritates me when I see the word Rey Skywalker or hear it.
It's not, dude.
really
It's not real.
irritates
It's not real. So what I thought, alright, so that when Ahsoka called out to Sabine, that reminded me a lot of, because Hu Yang asks, is your bond strong enough to do that? That made me think a lot of that scene in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin's looking out the Jedi Temple window, and then you see Padme looking out her window, and they can sort of sense each other just because their bond is so strong. Yeah. And obviously Padme, I think there was I did hear, there's always rumors or saying that there was originally at one point going to be some sort of storyline with Padme showing, obviously not insane powers, but maybe a little bit of sensitivity with the Force.
That's cool. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, but that was what that reminded me of. And then with
that's cool.
Sabine using the Force, when she used the saber, grabbed her saber, I think that was like the natural progression.
Yeah.
The Ezra, at first the Ezra push, I was like, whoa. I was like, she shouldn't be able to do that. But then, thought about it a bit more.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's had up to 10 or so years of training from Kanan, Ezra for a little bit there, and Ahsoka. And she's also related to Tar Vizsla, who was insanely powerful. So, because Ahsoka, Hu Yang did say to Ezra, Ahsoka was aware of her potential, but worried about what she'd do with it because she was training after Mandalore.
Yeah.
Worried she was trained to be a Jedi for the wrong reason. So, talking about that potential there, maybe she does have a bit of potential with the Force. She just had to get rid of that mind block that Kanan talked about.
Yep.
And I think Ahsoka's vote of confidence in her, saying, I'll always stand by you, like Anakin did with her, sort of maybe freed her a bit and allowed her to sort of be free within herself. And, if she makes mistakes, it's okay, because Ahsoka's got her.
That makes sense. And
so,
technically now, Sabine is the second ever Mandalorian Jedi.
Do we count Grogu as one?
No. Broski didn't want to become a Jedi. Broski chose the Mandalorian armor. The bastard. I mean, I don't think so.
Yep.
I think in the future, he's going to become a Mandalorian Jedi.
Yep.
But right now, he's in Grogu. Never cracked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a fair point. Imagine we see him with a little mini Darksaber or something.
Yeah, I think Grogu will be the one to rebuild the Darksaber potentially. If they do that, if they go through that route, I don't know, because the Darksaber was kind of the thing that held back the Mandalorians, because it was.
Yeah, I think now it's more moving forward kind of thing.
So exactly. They're all one now. They're united. So, Ahsoka's only got one lightsaber. So.
No. Did you see when she was obviously Morgan destroyed it, but there was one scene towards the end where you could see 2 hanging from her belt still.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's maybe just like a little error,
a mistake.
With Grievous in his duel with Obi-Wan, you can see him holding Anakin and Obi-Wan's lightsaber, or maybe Hu Yang repaired it. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't like obliterated. It was it was only cut in half.
Yeah.
So maybe Hu Yang repaired. I don't know, but I did notice that. She still had 2 there.
Seeing the Blade of Talzin in live action was very cool. Didn't expect that.
Dude, that was insane.
Dude, those witches, bro. Those witches. Those things were like something out of a horror movie. They were creepy. They were scary. Bro. They were. Oh, I could not. They were creepy.
I noticed because I went back and watched that scene where in Clone Wars where Mother Talzin conjures it. The handle's very different, but obviously that's there's 30 years in between, so maybe it's changed or something. Yeah. But the handle is very different. Yeah. But dude, they were creepy. Another super creepy scene. Probably one of the, if not the creepiest scene, was when you see the mouth and the Death Trooper. when he's got Sabine pinned up against the wall.
Oh,
before he
yeah.
kills her.
Yeah.
Dude, when you see that mouth and that was insane.
Yeah, the Night Sister stuff with their magic and their
Yeah.
powers
And also, we're gonna
everything
get more of it.
around them is creepy.
Yeah, nah, dude. I even get the creeps like when I was playing Fallen Order on Dathomir. That it's creepy, dude. It is insanely creepy.
Yeah, it is.
But we're gonna get more of it, I'm assuming. So,
yeah. And
yeah,
it's really
gonna be
cool,
insane.
you know, that there's something
100%.
that is rivaling the Force, you know?
Yeah, it's such a complicated concept, man. Like you got the
Yeah.
living and the cosmic force. It's very complicated.
Yeah. So no, but it can be really cool for the future of what they can do with
100%.
this.
100%.
And I've been thinking, do you think like the end of Dave's movie will set up Palpatine's return?
Possibly.
Yeah.
He might like that. Might
Snoke
sort of
or
be a
something.
thing. That might be a thing. He has to maybe Thrawn and Snoke. I need to read the comics with Snoke like infiltrating Ben Solo's mind and that sort of see exactly when it's set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, but it's. I don't know how I feel about it all connecting to the sequels, but if it's going to make the sequels make sense,
yeah, it was
okay.
like reading that Shadow of the Sith book. I'm gonna go back and do reread that because it came out last year and I read it then.
Is it?
It sort of made me feel a little bit better about him at the time, but then you go back and watch him. It's like no, I don't. But
okay, I haven't read the book. Apparently, it's good.
It's unreal, man. It is so good.
It's canon, yeah.
Canon, yeah. No, it's unreal. Really focuses on Luke, Lando. Lando's got a missing daughter, which.
Why can't they make movies as good as the books?
I know, dude. I know. And then you get like a really awesome scene with Luke and Anakin's Force Ghost. It's unreal, dude. It gives me tingles every time I read it.
Why can't they do that in a movie or something?
So it's like, will I spoil it if I say anything about it, or are you happy for me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, spoil it because I'm.
Okay, so Luke is he can feel something going on, but he's not sure what he's feeling. So he's really meditating over it. He goes to Tython, obviously that planet where Grogu was taken by the Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
He's up there where Grogu was. And he's meditating, and he meditates himself like through the Force and finds himself on Exegol. He doesn't know what the planet is, but that's where he is. And he starts getting attacked by these 9 Sith wraiths, and they're just like they're figures, but they're all like air. He can sort of see smoke outlines of them, but they're not really there. They've all got sabers of their own, and Luke sort of just, it's almost like he's in like a dust storm or something. He's just swinging, like using the Force to guide him swinging. But he's getting knocked around a little bit. Like he's defending himself, but he's getting knocked around a little bit. And he's on the ground at one point. Not defeated, but they're getting on top of him a bit.
Yeah.
And Anakin's Force Ghost comes out of nowhere, lights off his lightsaber, and just starts beating the crap out of them. And then they go back to Tython, and Anakin's there with him again, but he comes out of a cave, starts trying to talk to Luke, but it's almost like the effort of projecting himself through the Force is too much, and he starts flickering and fading. His voice is getting quieter, so he can't really get too much out to Luke. And then sort of fades away. But it didn't really say too much though. Like it didn't really give away if that was the first time Luke had seen him since Return of the Jedi or not.
Right.
It didn't mention anything to do with that, so
I don't know why they couldn't do something like that in the sequels.
I don't know. It frustrates me.
It frustrates me too, because
it's really nice reading those moments, but at the same time, it's insanely frustrating.
I want to see that on screen, like, because not many people read the books. Like, I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. I don't read the books. I've read the Plagueis book, which is Legends, and I've read Head of the Empire, which is Legends. I have not read one canon book. I skimmed over the Cal Kestis book, Jedi, whatever it was, that's in between Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Because I bought it because I was like super hyped for Survivor, which Survivor was a letdown for me. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That book was terrible. So I read I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't read it. Skimmed over it, and it wasn't that intriguing. It wasn't really even about Cal.
Okay, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, but yeah, so I don't really read the book, so I just I hope if these books have these epic moments, if they can just convert it over onto the screen,
Dude,
just
be so
replicate,
good.
like make the book a movie or TV show, like it'd be so much more beneficial for fans, you know?
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see in live action.
Exactly, yeah.
I've because obviously like there's a bit of a down period in Star Wars content coming up now
Yeah.
until at least January at the earliest. I've started to read some of the comics. It's something I've wanted to get into for a while, but I've been just focused on the current stuff, making the videos and that.
Yeah.
So yes, I started reading the Vader comics last weekend.
Yeah, I've seen that on your Twitter.
Dude, unreal.
Yeah.
I've had mates tell me about him, and I knew some of like the really important moments because I'd seen him or heard about
Yeah.
him. But there is so
Yeah,
much good
apparently
content
they're
there.
really cool.
I'm only in the first series of it that came out in 2015, which is immediately after the start of A New Hope. After the end of A New Hope.
Right.
It's unreal, dude. There's so
Yeah.
much good content in there, and the next one, which came out in 2017, is sort of just after Revenge of the Sith to about 2 years before the Kenobi series, and then the third one that started in 2020, still got a couple more issues to come out, I believe, is between Empire and Return of the Jedi. There is so much good content there.
That is why, people say we don't need a Vader series, but apparently
Dude,
the
there are
Vader
stories there to
comics
tell.
are sick, so they should just
There
make
is a
the TV
story.
show
There are
based
stories
on
there
all
to
the
tell, dude.
comics. Like that
There
would
are
be
stories
sick.
there to tell.
Exactly.
Like Vader finds out that Luke's his son in this series. He already knew when the Emperor tells him in Empire.
Yeah.
So you can already tell then. There was a funny moment there as well. So his name falls out of my head now. But remember that scene in A New Hope where Vader chokes what's his name? Antonio Moti or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But that dude Vader chokes in the meeting with Tark and all that.
Yeah.
There was a guy arguing with him, the dude that Vader chokes. He was very cautious of the rebels, this guy, and all these other Imperial officers are, arrogant, cocky. They're only a small cell. They're of no concern. This guy, after Tarkin goes, the Emperor sort of agrees with his mindset now about the rebels. Like there's something they're a force to be wary of. So he elevates him to Tarkin's position temporarily. So he's over Vader.
Oh.
He's over Vader now, and he sends an Imperial officer with Vader to keep tabs on him. And so Vader's not happy, obviously.
No.
Vader's working both sides, so he teams up with... Have you heard of Dr. Aphra?
That name does not ring a bell. No, Dr.
Okay,
Aphra.
so I'd only heard of her because I know she's got her own comic series. She's like some droid archaeologist or something.
Right.
So Vader teams up with her. She's with like a protocol droid and not an R2 unit, but similar. So it's like C-3PO and R2, but they're like these killer droids. Like they're insane. And so he's working both sides because Palpatine's come up with a plan, like a replacement plan for Vader if he doesn't pass these tests. So Vader's working on a plan to get his own army kind of thing away from the Empire. And this guy that's following Vader around, keeping tabs on him, he's loyal to the Empire. He knows someone's working against him, just doesn't know who. So he's about to find out this information from someone that would have given up Vader, like would have given up the whole thing. There's gunfire happening just in front of them while they're trying to extract this information. He's about to give up Vader, and Vader just drags a bullet from like 10 meters away, using the Force, just puts it straight to this guy's chest.
I love the Vader cold moments when he just doesn't care, because no one can defeat Vader. So he could literally do anything he wants.
No, it's like, there's so many good moments, like, just quickly as well as another one. This replacement plan for Vader, Palpatine's contacted this cloner who clones himself as well, because Vader kills him at one point, and another version of him just walks straight back out. They've got a brother and a sister who use sabers. This nerdy-looking chick who's got these goggles and controls these droids. And then there's a Mon Calamari dude that is based off General Grievous. So he's cyborg, got the 4 sabers. They even name-drop Grievous, saying, they're inspired by him. And this guy hates Vader. He's trying to take Vader's spot. So he sends Vader to this moon where the rebels are. not knowing how many there are there. He did, but Vader didn't. And Vader rocks up, and like the whole rebel base is there. Pretty well. Luke, Leia, Han, everyone's there with all these other rebels. So Vader rocks up. There's like 20 X-wings out there. Vader pretty well dispatches all of them, and Luke, they can sense each other because Vader's after Luke.
Yeah.
And Luke just says, "All right, enough of that," and just goes straight into Vader. And then they both crash down to this planet, and that's it.
Dude,
but,
it really sounds like I've heard so many good things about the Star Wars comics.
Unreal, dude.
It sounds like the Star Wars comics are like the actual like best parts of Star Wars.
So cool, dude. So cool. Then like Dr. Aphra goes to Naboo and interrogates the mortician that dealt with Padme's body, and confirms that she didn't say anything about the daughter, but confirmed that she had a healthy boy and the Jedi took him. So cool, dude. There's so many and I'm only like halfway through.
Yeah.
There's still
that's
like close to 100 comics to read.
I really want to read them. Like
read
just
them.
Give me that on screen, man. All the Vader comics. I've heard so many good things about them. I've seen a few stuff from them. And like, I know.
In this one that's going to be the next series that came out in 2017. That's just after Revenge of the Sith. I know there's bits in there about him trying to bring Padme back, and I've read a little bit where it's unreal, dude.
I've heard about all that.
It'd just be really
cannot
cool
wait
to get stuck into that.
A Vader series, and he does stuff like that. Goes to Naboo, Padme's grave. Like I've seen a lot of fan recreations of that.
Yeah.
And
dude.
Really see.
Yeah, I think I've seen one. I think you would have seen it as well. Yeah, where he's like standing at her grave, helmet off, and then the rebels come in.
Yeah, dude.
And he just destroys them.
Yeah,
but there's so many cool stories, dude. Yes. So many cool stories.
There's so much potential they can do with Star Wars.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's not utilized, but I don't know. It's difficult to understand what goes through some of the people's minds at Disney and Lucasfilms, and the content.
I think the thing with Disney, a lot of it's business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, hey, Dave Filoni, he knows what we want. He's giving us.
Well, that's
what
the
we
thing.
Want.
That's what I would have thought. Like Ahsoka is what we wanted, and I saw some numbers. It was doing the best any show had ever done for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did pretty goddamn good. Of the premiere of the episode.
So I would have thought that's what we wanted. It gave them money. It's a win-win, isn't it?
Give us more. You got money from exactly. If they give us what we want, we're gonna give them money.
Dude, I'm happy to give them my money if they keep giving us stuff like that.
Ray movie that maybe 15% of the fandom wants.
Obviously, I'll watch it because it's Star Wars.
God. But I don't think it would do very good at box office wise. And I feel like I just really hope that doesn't affect anything with Dave's movie. Like if Dave's movie comes out, there's rumors that the Rey movie will come out May 2026, and then the Dave movie December 2026. I don't know if that's changed now because of the strikes. Probably has.
I think I'm going to assume it has.
If they're only coming out, a few months in between, I want Dave's movie to come out first, because if Rey's movie is bad, that will definitely affect the box office for the next Star Wars movie. And if it's Dave's, and if Dave's movie does quite bad, they might not give him another opportunity for a movie. Because I just don't think Lucasfilm really understand how stuff like that works. Like, they blame Solo's box office on the fact it was a Han Solo recast. Not on the fact that The Last Jedi came out 4 months earlier and completely divided the fandom and wrecked it. It did. Whatever your thoughts are on The Last Jedi, everyone can agree it wrecked the fandom.
Not only that as well, you need to get a list up. The movies that came out at the same time as Solo was insane. There were some all-time movies.
There was Infinity War that came out 2 weeks after. Yeah, the fact they put it up against that was stupid.
Yeah, and I can't say I remember exactly a lot of promotion being done for it either.
No. So I really hope Dave gets good treatment for his movie and gets a good budget. Because we saw what Dave can do with our TV show budget, but what the hell could he do with a movie budget? Could be unreal. There's probably a lot of stuff he wants to do, but it's expensive and probably
Yeah.
doesn't have the budget for it just yet. So in his movie,
Yeah.
it could definitely become. I think it will. You know, off what Dave could do, I think it could easily become my 4th favorite Star Wars movie. I just don't think anything will ever be able to be Empire, Return, or Revenge.
That's fair enough. Yeah, no, I could agree with that. I could
Yeah.
agree with that.
So Dave's movie could really become one of the best Star Wars movies. So I just can't wait to see that. God, do I hope it happens. Who knows with Star Wars Disney movies.
It has to. I know a lot's been cancelled. More's been cancelled than has actually gone
happened,
through and been completed.
Yeah.
But because what is the Lando series? That's meant to be a movie now, isn't it?
God only knows. That blows my mind. They're making that a movie. Apparently, but I guarantee that's never seen. No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, I thought that was dead. I thought Taika Waititi's movie was dead as well. But
Apparently
then,
it was dead. But apparently no. Apparently
now
he's working on
it's
it.
back, So yeah, now it's back. So
yeah.
who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, I want to see a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie, but I don't, just because I feel like he would do something to Star Wars that should not be in Star Wars.
I know, yeah. No, I get it. I like him. I like him as like a dude.
Yeah,
and
I want to see it out of.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see it just to see what it will do. But then again, I'm like, I don't really want him to do something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
like, what's it going to do to the canon, the lore? Is it going to?
I want to know what it will do, but I don't want it. I don't. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious, but yeah. So I just want Dave's movie, and then James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie seems cool.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of potential there for that.
There is a lot of potential. It just has to relate back, or like it needs to connect to a lot of the other lore that's established. Sure, it can introduce a little bit more of the lore, but it would be a lot more beneficial if it included like the Wheels of the Force.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to hear more like the living force and then the cosmic force. I'm really into all that stuff. So I want to see more of that. Yeah, 100%.
And I hope the first Jedi ever, because it's obviously about the first ever Jedi. I really hope it's not a human. Give us an alien for the first Jedi. That will get rid of so much discourse. You know how the fandom be these days. If it's a female, or if it's a male, just give us an alien. There we go. That solves the problem. Give us an alien as the first ever Jedi. I think that's fair. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. I do not care. But I know.
No, absolutely not.
It's just, I hate seeing all these people, especially on Twitter, going on about the dumbest stuff ever.
Then you get the people saying like, oh, you didn't like Rey's character, people don't like Sabine's, you must hate women.
You don't like Reva, oh, you're racist.
Oh, dude.
I just hate those people.
Does my head in.
It does
my head in. Does my absolute head in.
Like, are you that, like... it's just, it's stupid.
Just listen,
I do not care anything. I don't care about that. I care. I'm watching Star Wars for the stories and stuff. I'm not watching it because they've introduced a new female character. I'm not watching it for that. I'm watching it for a cool story. It's a fictional story. Escape reality. Epic stories, lightsaber duels, and all that. That's why I watch it because it's cool.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
We'll give our... Do you have a ranking for your Star Wars... for your Ahsoka episodes?
I don't. Okay. I don't. I could... Obviously, 5's number 1.
5's number 1. I've got mine.
Number 1.
I thought about mine a lot, and I changed it a lot, but I did post mine on my Instagram. And so, I'll go from 8th position, so least favourite, and then to the best, in my opinion. Yeah. So, in 8th, I got Episode 2 with 7.5 out of 10. Episode 1 with 8 out of 10. I think Episode 1 really is underrated, and it kind of just like came and went. Episode 1 is actually really cool looking back on it. So it's literally Rebels live action. So Episode 1, 8 out of 10. Episode 7, 8 out of 10. Episode 3, 8.5 out of 10. Episode 6, 9.5 out of 10. Episode 4, 9.6 out of 10. Episode 8, 9.7 out of 10. And then Episode 5, 10 out of 10.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. That's pretty good.
I know a lot of people didn't really like that. The finale wasn't their favorite, but I loved the finale so much. And my second favorite.
I was a huge fan. I was a really big fan of it. I'd probably... You had it almost tied with Episode 4. I'd probably just have it flat out tied with it.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's his 0.1.
Episode 6 was really good, like with the
Episode 6 was
lore
really good.
and
The
that, like, you know, it
world
wasn't
building
wasn't a whole lot of action, but it didn't need it. Like,
nah,
it was
that's
it was
my
really
fourth
good.
favorite.
Yeah, episode 3 was awesome as well. Some of the lore talking about the
Yep.
Force,
It was
then
cool,
Ahsoka
yeah.
out on the ship, just
Yeah, that was good.
battling Shin. That was awesome. 1 and 2 at the bottom. That's the thing. They were all really good episodes.
They were all
None
really
of them
good.
were bad.
Nothing was bad. Nothing was bad.
None of them
Everything
were
was
bad,
great.
and none of them were bad. It's
Yeah.
just some were better than others.
Yeah, and episode 5 is at the number 1 spot. You can't. That's that's
You
just
can't
simple.
you can't top that.
You can't. So
I think that probably speaks to episode 6 as well, because episode 6 obviously came out the week after episode
Yeah.
5,
yeah. So
and it's still
coming
so
off
highly
that.
ranked. Because obviously you cannot top episode 5,
No.
but to still be one of the best episodes, episode 6, it was a really good episode.
It was. The Ahsoka show really showed us what Dave can do, and
Yeah.
it's
Hey, because when did we do our last podcast
it
episode?
was
Just before, how long before Ahsoka was that?
Ahsoka, right? It was like, where was it? 2 months ago.
2 months ago,
So
so,
like literally just like
2 weeks. Yeah, about a
like 2
fortnight before
weeks.
Ahsoka came
about
out.
2 weeks before Ahsoka came out. We talked about our Ahsoka hopes, and hyping up the show.
It delivered.
It delivered. It definitely delivered. And overall, I give it a solid 9 out of 10 overall.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, 9.5 even. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
And
It was unreal.
I'm gonna get around to rewatching it, like binging it,
Yep.
episode 1
Yep.
to 8, because when you have a week gap, it kind of, it'll be interesting to see how it flows from 1 to 8 all back to back straight. I'm gonna watch it straight. I'll just do it in one night. I'll watch it straight, episode 1 to 8.
Yeah.
Take me a few
And
hours. I'll
knowing,
get through it.
and now you know what happens at the end.
Yeah,
Watching
so-
the start.
Yeah.
I wonder how that sort of changes.
Yeah.
You might pick up on some things that we
Yeah.
hadn't before or something.
So
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that watch. And Ahsoka delivered, and God, can I not wait to get the next Dave Filoni project from this era. We obviously, from him, we got Tales of the Jedi Season 2.
Hey, we got
which
season. Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Tales of the Jedi Season 1.
Who do you reckon we're gonna get?
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, it was Balin and Shin's backstory? I don't
Dude,
think it
that'd
will
be
be,
unreal.
but that would be cool. Seeing that,
Nah.
that would be cool. But I
It
think
won't be, because
it could be Plo Koon is Dave's favorite Jedi. They could do something with Barriss Offee, Kanan Jarrus, even in between, when he runs away from Order 66 and the Bad Batch. Then when we see him in Rebels, there's so much potential they could do with characters, Luke and Leia. But I feel like it'll be prequel era characters.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think they'll probably stick more
Yeah.
with like the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
But no, I think it'll be incredible. The short stories, they don't miss.
Yeah.
They're so short, but so just incredible. I remember watching Tales of the Jedi for the first time. I was completely blown away. Just 10-minute episodes, but every single second was, wow, this is
It was
Star
unreal.
Wars.
Yeah.
And I love
And because they released them all. Yeah, and they released
Yeah.
them all at once too. So yeah, as long as they keep doing that, that was really good.
It was really good. But no, that was great talking about Ahsoka and Star Wars in general. The Star Wars
100%,
rant.
man.
That was really good to have you back on the podcast. I'm sure you'll probably come back on again in the future.
I hope so, man. I had a lot
Maybe
of fun,
after
yeah.
Skeleton Crew or something like that.
Absolutely,
Acolyte.
man.
I definitely want to
Yeah.
talk about Acolyte once that finishes with you. That'd be interesting because for me, that show is like really 50-50. I don't know. I'm not excited for it. That trailer does look sick, but
It does.
I don't know. I'll wait to see, as we get closer to that. But we are in a little dry spot for a few months for Star Wars. But we'll come back.
We are.
Hopefully the strikes end soon so they can start developing, Dave can start developing Ahsoka Season 2 if he hasn't started yet. And then his movie.
I know, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. All this Mandoverse material sort of building up to that movie,
Exactly.
which I'm assuming will be the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a fun ride until then.
Absolutely. Strap ourselves in.
But we got what other stuff? It's gonna be pretty dead for some Star Wars channels now. Obviously,
will
my
be.
channel. I talk about all movies. I'll probably hop over to the Loki season 2 hype now.
Yeah.
You a Marvel fan at all?
I'm a Marvel fan, just an absolute casual, but I am
Yeah.
an absolute Marvel fan. Like I've been watching.
Yeah.
Like I watched the Spider-Man cartoons when I was a kid, like
Yeah,
3, 4,
man.
5 years old.
Spider-Man.
And then
No
I can still remember the first movie I saw was the first Iron Man movie in cinemas. So I've been a fan. Been a fan since then.
Yeah.
Just a casual. I'm not into all the canon and lore like I am with Star Wars.
That's fair enough. I'm definitely not into Marvel as much as I am Star Wars. There's a lot of Marvel I do not know about. I haven't even seen every MCU movie, but I like Marvel. You know, I'm following it, and since I started this podcast, I've got into Marvel a little bit more, just because I kind of have to know this stuff. I have got to watch Loki season 1.
That's the only Marvel Disney Plus show I've actually watched. Is
the only one I've watched is She-Hulk, which is an absolute what the hell? Why is She-Hulk the only one I've watched? I don't know.
I heard that was not the greatest.
It was strange. It was different. It was no. I don't know why it's the only one I've watched.
I remember seeing the scene of her twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, what
it's
the hell
most
am I
random
watching?
thing. And
I was like, I know,
Kevin Feige shows up as a freaking robot.
Oh, does he? Oh, wow, okay.
She-Hulk hops out of the Disney Plus screen and enters the real world. It's very strange to me. It's very strange to me. I'm like, okay, I'm out. This is weird.
Almost gives me the vibe of like Fast and Furious going into space and
that.
It's like
that thing. That again, Fast and Furious. That's one of my favorite franchises. Or not. It should have stopped after 7. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I've kept up with most of them. I've watched all the movies. I wouldn't say like if they keep making, I'll keep watching them.
But... You know, number 10, Fast X was better than 9. It was better than 8 and 9 in my opinion, but still. Yeah, okay, it was alright. The big cliffhanger, apparently they're all dead, but then they're not all dead.
Is the what's his name? The guy that plays the 5th brother. He's that's Han, isn't it, from Fast and Furious? Han,
yeah, but no. You got anything coming up on your channel?
So I think I'm just gonna I'm working on my breakdown at the moment, so I'll have that out within the next day or two. It's gonna be probably about 12-13 minutes long.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna get stuck into making some probably shorter videos, 3-4 minutes, but they'll be coming out a bit more frequently, I hope, about all the cool things I find in the Vader comics and the Star Wars comics. And I'll probably go back through Shadows of the Sith and make some content on that. But there'll be some stuff coming up.
Everybody watching, everyone listening, go check out CT5597. I'll link him down below in the description. He makes epic Star Wars content. Definitely underrated and seeing some growth lately. I see, you gained, you just hit 250 followers on Instagram, and then you're at 275. That's nice, man. That's really good.
I don't know
all the shorts you're making now are definitely really good.
I hope people are enjoying them. So.
Shorts and Instagram Reels, TikToks are a really great way to build a fan base. A tip to everyone who's making content: definitely utilize YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels. That's one thing I should be utilizing clips a lot more, getting clips from my podcast, from my long, hour-long podcast episodes. It's really time. It takes a lot of time to take clips, and I really I know I should be utilizing it more, and there's no reason I shouldn't be. I haven't been, but I've created a few clips. I've paid people to create clips for me.
Gary V speaks super highly of it, so I was like, the man knows what he's talking about. I should probably listen. So it is something I do want to do, is create a lot more clips. 100%, man. 100%.
They help you grow, and
big time. TikTok's a bit harder at the moment, sort of only getting 700 views has been the average. The last couple of days, probably only a couple hundred each.
Okay,
but I'll keep chucking them up there. Something might stick, but I'm just enjoying it. So
my YouTube Shorts, I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube Shorts.
no.
I don't know what the hell. I posted quite a lot, 2.3k, 6k, 3.7k, 3k. They would get over
that's a lot more
a
than
couple
me,
of k, and then
it stopped.
4 views, 3 views, 2 views, 4 views, 100 views, 6 views, 2 views, 3 views, 7 views, 9 views, 4 views, 3 views. The last maybe 2 weeks. They just it's it's not going onto the YouTube Shorts page. I don't know why. I haven't checked. It's the same kind of clips I'm making. It's really frustrating.
So just keep persevering. Something will change.
But just keep making content. Don't look at the views, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
If you're passionate
just
about it,
make
do it.
yeah, exactly. Just have fun with it. And the rest
Exactly.
will go as it's meant to go.
Exactly. But no, thank you again for coming on to the
No
podcast.
worries, man.
once
Thank you very
again,
much
man.
for having me.
I'll probably have this up either probably tonight or
Yeah.
tomorrow.
No
for
worries,
tonight.
man.
But no. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Everyone go check him
No
out.
worries, man.
I'll link him down below. And yeah, alrighty. Well, you have a good night, man. And
You too,
I'll
man.
catch everyone again on the channel next episode. And yes, fun chat. Alrighty. See you, everybody.